This is Huddle Adventures. I'm Eddie. Laura isn't here right now. I've got some real talk for you guys, some real hard talk. Before I get to it, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to our channel, turn the bell on, and give us a thumbs up. Okay, guys? It helps our channel grow. We're here for you. We're all things cruising. With that, I've been contacted by several subscribers in the last few days, and they have all voiced their outrage with the CDC's recommendation that people avoid cruising. One gentleman in particular suggested that it's up to the cruise loggers to get the word out there and get all of the cruise lovers to stand together and fight against the CDC. I think it's a great idea. I was thinking the same thing. It's one thing to report the cruise news, but when the cruise news is based on nonsense and it's hypocritical nonsense, you owe it to yourself and to everyone else that enjoys cruising to speak out. The CDC is targeting the cruise industry without warrant. Yes, there's been some cases on board, but those cases have been less than 1% of the entire ship's population in every situation. There might have been one or two where it's a little over 1%, but definitely under 2% of an entire population on a ship, which is upwards of 7,000 on the large ships, right? And of those people that were found to be infected with COVID-19, the majority have no symptoms. They had no symptoms at all. The infected have not overwhelmed the medical staff or medical resources on board of any ship at this point, not even close. We have a mass media attack of cruise lines. We have a senator tweeting nonsense about cruise ships being petri dishes. And then we have the CDC trying to show they're doing something, that they're trying to do something about COVID. Have you guys been paying attention to what's been going on in the airline industry the last, 10 days? Thousands of flights have been canceled, guys. Thousands of flights. Globally. Thousands of flights domestically have been canceled. The cruise lines are being just vilified right now. Meanwhile, the airlines are just being ignored. They're canceling these flights because they cannot staff the flights, guys. They don't have the people to load the luggage in the planes. They don't have flight attendants to go on the planes. Their pilots are sick. It's a mass problem across the globe. The airline industry is struggling mightily due to COVID-19. Meanwhile, the cruise industry is reporting 1% or less infections on board, and they keep on sailing with no delays, no problems, no issues. Fully staffed ships full of people, willing to work and ready to work, fully vaccinated, tested, ready to go. So, it's okay in the United States of America to go get on an airplane without a COVID test, get on an airplane without being vaccinated. As long as you wear your mask in the airport, you wear a mask on the plane, unless you're eating or drinking, you're literally shoulder to shoulder with people at the gate at the airport. A mass of humanity going through security at the airport. You get on a plane, you're jammed in the plane like sardines. Back in March, they had spaces between everyone's seats. It was great. They had spaces at the gate at the airport. There was spaces on the plane. But since March, and I know this because that's when we flew for the first time during COVID in March. We flew again in August. There was still some social distancing happening by the airports and on the airplanes. But you know what was really creating the social distancing? Lack of demand. That's all. Because by October, when we flew again to go on to Panorama, airports are pretty crowded. The plane was pretty crowded. When we flew in December to go on to Sunrise, it was packed. Absolutely packed. Packed. Everything was packed. The airport was packed. The plane was packed. You're wearing masks, right? Yeah, but what do? They go around, they hand out snacks. Everybody's got their mask off, eating at the same time. You're exposed. You're exposed to COVID at the airport. You are exposed to COVID at the airport. You're exposed to COVID on a plane. Now, they do require you to be vaccinated and tested to fly internationally, which makes no sense to me. They're worried about COVID coming in our country, or is it the other countries are worried about us coming in their country? We obviously don't give a damn about our own country, what we do here, flying from coast to coast domestically, spreading COVID. I love football, guys. I love college football. I love NFL football. I love NFL football more than college football. But I love football. We're entering the NFL playoffs here in a week or two. We are in mid-stride, full stride college bowl games right now. People are flying all over the country, filling those stadiums, guys. No masks, no COVID tests, no vaccine required. Yelling, cheering, chanting, just spreading the COVID all over the place. Where's the CDC? Where's the CDC? What's their opinion about the airline industry folding in on itself because they can't keep their employees healthy? Where's the CDC at? It's time for us to tell the CDC to leave cruising alone, guys. They need to find real problems to solve. In my opinion, they've mishandled this pandemic from day one. They have totally mishandled it, completely mishandled it. They've made it into a political issue. They have gone along with that and tried to play politics with this virus. It's time it stops, guys. It's ridiculous. If there was legitimate danger in cruising, I wouldn't do it. I have 14 cruises booked, guys. We're going on 5 in the next 4 months. I wouldn't do anything to put myself in jeopardy or my wife in jeopardy of getting ill or getting severely sick. With the vaccine, with testing, you're safe. You won't be safer anywhere else in the world from COVID at this point in time, especially if you're an American, than on a cruise ship. Until the CDC can prove some kind of actual statistics and data that cruising is unsafe because you're all crammed in together. Meanwhile, we're all cheering at the Orange Bowl. They need to find someone else to pick on, guys. I'm sorry for ranting, but I believe it's time for this shit to stop. How do you make an industry jump through all these hoops and hoops and hoops? And then you're still telling them, hey, you're having good success there, but we're going to act like you're not, so we look like we're doing something about this pandemic we're doing nothing about. The bottom line is they won't shut down football. They won't shut down the airline industry because it's all about money. It's not about your health. If it was about health and safety, they wouldn't be looking at the cruise lines. They'd give them a damn medal, an award, make a national cruise holiday for what a great job they've done. The cruise industry sailed through Delta. Delta was worse than Omicron in severity of symptoms, guys. People who got Delta were dying from Delta. Omicron does not have the same severity of symptoms as Delta does. And if you're fully vaccinated, you can have Omicron not even know you got it, because most people don't. And how do they find these cases on the cruise ships, guys? Contact tracing. Where are you seeing contact tracing being done in your regular life? I don't see it being done anywhere. Oh yeah, John got the COVID. Oh, where'd he get it? Well, we don't know. It could have been at the Walmart. He was at that tractor pull. He went to that game. Dude, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm sorry for ranting. I promise you, I'm going to try to keep things positive. It's really hard, guys. I see all you out there terrified, canceling your cruises and trying to rebook your cruises, blowing up the cruise line phones where no one can get in with any legitimate, concerns that are warranted on reality. All these cancellations of cruises, it's based on a fantasy. It's not based on reality. Ignore the headlines and look at the data, guys. Look at the data. You're being manipulated. Ask yourself, why isn't anyone saying anything about these flights being canceled? Okay, guys, I'm done ranting. I've done my part. I challenge my fellow vloggers to do the same. It's easy, pretending like the world is just nothing but roses, and sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it isn't, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.